Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm really happy you're here today. Take a moment, get comfortable, maybe grab a cup of tea or coffee, and let's spend a little time practicing English together. Today's topic is something simple, something fun, and something we all do almost every day. We're going to talk about talking to friends in English. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever studied English for a long time, learned grammar rules, memorized vocabulary? But when you meet a friend and try to talk in English, suddenly it feels difficult. Maybe your mind goes blank. Maybe you start thinking, what should I say? If that has ever happened to you, don't worry. It happens to many people. And the good news is this. Talking to friends is actually one of the best ways to become fluent in English. Why? Because conversations with friends are relaxed. They are natural. They are real. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need communication. So today, we're going to practice simple ways to talk to friends in English. And remember, this episode is designed for shadowing practice. So when you hear a short pause, try to repeat the sentence out loud. Ready? Let's begin. Imagine you meet a friend after school, after work, or maybe you see them online. What is the first thing you say? Usually, we start with a greeting. Here are some very common ones. Hey, how are you? Pause. Hi, how's it going? Pause. What's up? Pause. Hey, long time no see. Pause. Great. Now here is something important. When friends greet each other, the answers are usually simple. You don't need a long explanation. For example, I'm good, thanks. Pause. Pretty good. Pause. Not bad. Pause. Doing well. Pause. Let's repeat those again. I'm good, thanks. Pause. Pretty good. Pause. Not bad. Pause. Doing well. Pause. Very nice. Simple English often sounds the most natural. Let me tell you a small story. A student once told me something interesting. She said, I can speak English very well in class, but when I talk to my friends, I feel nervous. Does that sound familiar? Maybe you have felt the same way. So I asked her a question. I said, when you talk to friends in your own language, do you use complicated sentences? She laughed and said, no, of course not. And that was the key. Friends usually speak in short, relaxed sentences. For example, I'm tired today. Pause. I'm hungry. Pause. I had a busy day. Pause. I just finished work. Pause. Simple, natural, and very effective. Another thing friends often talk about is their day. Someone might say, my day was really busy. Pause. I had 3 meetings today. Pause. I spent the whole day studying. Pause. Or maybe something positive. For example, today was a great day. Pause. I finally finished my project. Pause. I met an old friend. Pause. When you share small moments from your day, conversations become more interesting. Now let me ask you something. Have you noticed that good conversations are like a game of tennis? One person speaks. Then the other person responds. Back and forth. Back and forth. This is why asking questions is very important. Imagine your friend says, I'm watching a new series. You could say, oh, really? Pause. What is it about? Pause. Is it good? Pause. Where can I watch it? Pause. See how easy that is? You don't need complicated English. Just show curiosity. People love talking to someone who is curious. Friends also talk about plans. For example, what are you doing this weekend? Pause. Do you want to hang out? Pause. Let's grab some coffee. Pause. Do you want to watch a movie? Pause. These phrases are extremely common in everyday English. Let's repeat them again. What are you doing this weekend? Pause. Do you want to hang out? Pause. Let's grab some coffee. Pause. Do you want to watch a movie? Pause. Perfect. Now here's another small tip. When you talk with friends, you often react to what they say. These reactions are very important in conversation. For example, that's interesting. Pause. That's funny. Pause. No way. Pause. Really? Pause. Seriously? Pause. These little reactions make conversations feel alive. They show you're listening. And good listeners make great friends. Let me share another quick story. I once watched two friends having a conversation in English. One of them was still learning English. Her vocabulary was not perfect. Her grammar was not perfect. But the conversation was still great. Why? Because she reacted naturally. She laughed. She asked questions. She said things like, "Really? Pause. That's crazy. Pause. That sounds fun. Pause." These simple expressions kept the conversation moving. And that is what matters most. Friends also love sharing opinions. For example, I think that movie is amazing. Pause. I don't like that restaurant. Pause. I love that song. Pause. I think this place is beautiful. Pause. When you share opinions, conversations become more interesting. Your friend might agree, or maybe they disagree. And that's okay. Different opinions create great conversations. Now here is something very important for English learners. Sometimes you will forget a word. And that's completely normal. Even native speakers forget words sometimes. So what should you do? Simple. Explain the idea in another way. For example, imagine you forget the word microwave. You could say, "The machine that heats food quickly." Your friend will understand. And the conversation continues. Remember, communication is more important than perfection. Another useful skill when talking to friends is telling small stories. Friends often say things like, "You won't believe what happened today." Pause. "I have a funny story." Pause. "Something interesting happened earlier." Pause. Stories make conversations exciting. And they help you practice speaking longer sentences. For example, "Today I missed my bus, so I had to walk to work." Or, "I tried a new restaurant, and the food was amazing." These little stories make conversations memorable. Let's practice a few friendly expressions you can use anytime. That makes sense. Pause. I get it. Pause. That sounds great. Pause. That sounds difficult. Pause. Let's say them again. That makes sense. Pause. I get it. Pause. That sounds great. Pause. That sounds difficult. Pause. Very good. These expressions are simple, but very powerful. Now imagine your conversation is coming to an end. How do friends say goodbye? Here are some common expressions. See you later. Pause. Talk to you soon. Pause. Catch you later. Pause. Take care. Pause. Let's repeat them one more time. See you later. Pause. Talk to you soon. Pause. Catch you later. Pause. Take care. Pause. Nice job. Before we finish today, I want to share one important idea. Talking to friends in English does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. Use simple words. Ask questions. React naturally. Share small stories. And most importantly, enjoy the conversation. Because every time you speak English, you improve. Every small conversation builds confidence. Every sentence helps your brain think faster in English. Little by little, speaking becomes easier. And one day, you will suddenly realize something. You are speaking English naturally, without fear, without hesitation, just like talking to a friend. So the next time you meet a friend, try something simple. Say, "Hey, how's it going?" Ask about their day. Share something about yours. Laugh together. And enjoy the moment. Because language is not just about words. It's about connection. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow or subscribe so you don't miss future episodes where we continue practicing real, natural English together. And if you can, share this episode with a friend who is also learning English. You can practice together. And remember this: the more you listen, the more you understand, the more you speak, the more confident you become. So keep practicing, keep listening, and keep talking to your friends in English. I'll see you in the next episode.